waters with their rage, and rushed to battle. With the aid of one of them, the kindly mother broke the ropes which held the Phrygian ships, and drawing all prow foremost, plunged them underneath the wave. Softening quickly in the water's quiet depth, their wood was changed to flesh. The curving prows were metamorphosed into human heads. Blades of the oars made feet. The looms were changed to swimming legs. The sides turned human flanks. Each keel below the middle of a ship, transformed, became a spine. The cordage changed to soft hair, and the sail yards changed to arms. The azure color of the ships remained. As sea nymphs in the water, they began to agitate with virgin sports the waves, which they had always dreaded. Natives of the rugged mountains, they are now so changed, they swim and dwell in the soft flowing sea, with every influence of birth forgot. Never forgetful of the myriad risks they have endured among the boisterous waves, they often gave a helping hand to ships tossed in the power of storms. Unless, of course, the ship might carry men of Grecian race. Never forgetful of the Phrygians in catastrophe, their hatred was so great of all Pelasgians that they looked with joy upon the fragments of Ulysses' ship, and were delighted when they saw the ship of King Alcinous growing hard upon the breakers, as his wood was turned to stone. Many were hopeful that a fleet which had received life strangely in the forms of nymphs would cause the chieftain of the Rutuli to feel such awe that he would end their strife. But he continued fighting, and each side had its own gods, and each had courage too, which often can be as potent as the gods. Now they forgot the kingdom as a dower, forgot the scepter of a father-in-law, and even forgot the pure Lavinia. Their one thought was to conquer, and they waged war to prevent the shame of a defeat. But Venus finally beheld the arms of her victorious son, for Turnus fell, and Ardeer fell, a town which, while he lived, was counted strong. The Trojan swords destroyed it. All its houses burned and sank down in the heated embers, and a bird not known before that time flew upward from a wrecked heap, beating the dead ashes with its flapping wings. The voice, the lean, pale look, the sorrows of a captured city, even the name of the ruined city, all these things remain in that bird. Ardeer's fallen walls are beaten in lamentation by his wings. The merit of Aeneas now had moved the gods. Even Juno stayed her lasting hate, when, with the state of young Iülus safe, the hero son of Cytherea was prepared for heaven. In a council of the gods, Venus arose, embraced her father's neck, and said, "My father, ever kind to me, I do beseech your kind indulgence now. Grant, dearest, to Aeneas, my own son, and also your own grandson, grant to him a godhead power, although of lowest class, sufficient if but granted. It is enough to have looked once upon the unlovely realm, and once to have gone across the Stygian streams." The gods assented, and the queen of Jove nodded assent with calm, approving face. The father said, "You well deserve the gift, both you who ask it, and the one for whom you ask it. What you most desire is yours, my daughter," he decreed, and she rejoiced and thanked her parent. Borne by harnessed doves over and through the light air, she arrived safe on Laurentine's shores. Nemesius there winds through his tall reeds to the neighbouring sea the waters of his stream. and there she willed Numisius should wash perfectly away from her Aeneas every part that might be subject unto death, and bear it far with quiet current into Neptune's realm. The horned Numisius satisfied the will of Venus, and with flowing waters washed from her Aeneas every mortal part, and sprinkled him, so that the essential part of immortality remained alone, and she anointed him, thus purified with heavenly essence. And she touched his face with sweetest nectar and ambrosia mixed, thereby transforming him into a god. The throng of the Corini later named the new god Indiges, and honored him. End of Book 14, Part 2. Recording by Kevin Weir, Seoul, South Korea.